there, I'm Kristen from Jimmy Beans Wool, and I'm here today to share with you a new yarn that we just received in the shop fairly recently. It's called Sweetgrass Wools, and there's two different weights here that we've got. It's essentially the same yarn, but it's called the Mountain Silk DK and the Mountain Silk 2-ply. And because the yarn is essentially the same, I'm showing you both different weights here today. All of the colors that you see in my arms and around my neck are colors that we carry here at the shop. And I really love this yarn, I have to say. It's great, and I think there's a lot of uses for it, so I'm hopefully going to cover some of those in this video. First we'll start with the DK weight. The DK is about 2 ounces, so it's 5 to 6 stitches to the inch, and you get 200 yards per skein, which is pretty generous for DK weight yarn, I think. You want to use a 5 to 6 needle on it. It is a hand wash yarn. It's the composition is 20% silk and 80% wool. Neat thing about this wool, it's a really soft wool. It's actually from sheep that are raised in Montana, where the dyer lives, and the yarn itself is actually milled in Montana as well, and then she dyes it there, and then it gets sent out. So it's a really small operation. We love to support the small hand dyers, so we think it's a really great yarn to carry. It's really light and lofty. It's not a super dense wool, and I know that some people don't tend to like wools because it's dense and it's a little bit on the itchy side. The Tussa silk makes this wool super soft. I mean, I'm wearing it here around my neck right now. I don't feel any itch at all, and I'm pretty sensitive. So I do like that about this yarn. Plus the fact that it is so lightweight. The wool is so lofty that it just has a really nice kind of lightweight fluffy feel to it, so it doesn't kind of weigh you down when you knit with it. Like, I know that some wools just have that really dense twist, and this doesn't have that. It's really nice. So the DK is really great, and then the 2-ply is an Aran weight, so it's a little bit heavier. It's also 200 yards per skein. It's a 4-ounce skein, and you get 4.5 stitches to the inch on a 7 needle. So it does say that it's a true worsted weight, but just from the feel and then the little bit more density to this yarn, to me this feels more like an Aran weight. You could get away with knitting it on an 8 or a 9 as well. So you know, sometimes you can kind of fudge it a little bit and get a different gauge if you need to. I love the color palette. It's a little more pastel than some color palettes, so take that in mind. There's a couple of colors that are not really as pastel-y, like this nice sage color and this kind of medium blue and the gold color, but then of course you've got a little bit more, and when I say pastel I just mean more like pinks and purples and lighter blues and lighter greens and things like that. Gorgeous colors, really saturated, nice amount of not really variegation, but it's very tonal, subtle changes in the yarn. I love that. So anyway, I think these colors are great. I know she's working on some new colors, which we might be picking up soon. But again, I think this yarn is really soft, really great for all kinds of projects: sweaters, cowls, hats, scarves. Really good, kind of a workhorse yarn. Even though it's got the silk in there, it's still going to be really nice, hard wearing. And just has a really nice feel to it. And then I also wanted to share with you the pattern that I'm wearing, because this is going to be a free pattern on our website. Probably already will be by the time this video is out. It is called the Sierra Sunset Cowl, and I used this color. This is the Ember color, but you could use any of those colors actually. It takes 1 skein of the DK weight, which I thought was really neat. I love 1 skein projects because you can try out a yarn without too much investment, and I just think it's great. So this is a fun little cowl. I had fun designing this because I was thinking about some of the neat patterns I had seen this past winter, and I wanted to kind of make it a little bit lighter weight for spring, because right now, even though it's warm during the day here in the high desert, it is still really cool at night. So this is the perfect weight of yarn, the DK, to wear in the evening here, and I'm sure it's like that in a lot of places. So anyway, I'll show you. I'll take it off here. It is just a fun little cowl. In the front, it's rounded edge. There's short rows in this pattern to create the rounded edge, and then in the back you'll see that it buttons and it comes up, so it doesn't have all that bulk on the back of your neck, but it's all in the front, so it'll just provide you that little bit of warmth. And I can open it up too so you can see the actual shape of it. But this is a free pattern on our website. I think it's a really fun little knit. It doesn't take long at all to do. You could probably knit this in about 2 evenings, 3 evenings if you put your mind to it. Just really simple, blocks out really nicely. The yarn is just really soft and nice to work with. And again, I had a lot of fun designing this, so I hope you guys enjoy knitting it. It really did take me almost the entire skein, so make sure you do a gauge check beforehand and then recycle that yarn and use it in your cowl, because it really was close. I think I only had a tiny little ball left, and just enough to put the buttons on, and then that was it. There was a little, there was like maybe 5 or 6 yards after that. So I highly recommend that gauge swatch, but other than that, I think it's a fun pattern, and I hope you all enjoy knitting the Sierra Sunset Cowl. So thank you so much for watching, and for checking out the Sweetgrass Wools yarns. The Mountain Silk DK and 2-ply are just wonderful yarns to work with. We really love them. Otherwise, we wouldn't have them here at Jimmy Beans Wool. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day and happy knitting. Bye!
Thunder rumbles on this American summer night.